You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning and your vision is just off? Not blurry like you need glasses. More like someone smeared a thin film across your eyes while you slept. You blink, you rub, you wait. Sometimes 10 minutes go by before things start to sharpen up. And nobody talks about this. Your optometrist adjusts your prescription and sends you home. But it keeps happening. And every few months it gets a little worse. Then there's the other thing. The one that scares people more than the vision, but nobody wants to admit out loud. You walk into a room and forget why you're there. You're mid-sentence, and the word you need just vanishes. Gone. Like it was never there. You stare at someone you've known for years, and their name takes 3 seconds too long to surface. That pause. That awkward gap. It didn't used to happen. Here's what nobody is connecting for you. These two problems, your fading vision and your slipping memory, they share the same root cause. And it's not aging. It's starvation. Your brain and your eyes are literally starving for specific nutrients they no longer receive. And the worst part? The starvation hits hardest at night. During the exact hours your body is supposed to be repairing itself. Every single night, your brain tries to clean out the day's damage and rebuild. Your retina tries to regenerate the cells that got worn down by light exposure. But without the right raw materials, those repair systems stall. They run at a fraction of their capacity. And over months and years, the deficit compounds. Until one morning, you realize you can't read the medicine bottle without squinting. And you forgot your grandson's birthday last week. That's not a disease. That's a nutritional emergency happening in slow motion. And it threatens the one thing that matters most as you get older. Your independence. Today, we're fixing that. Not with supplements, not with pills. With 4 natural juices, ranked from least powerful to most powerful. So you know exactly where to put your effort. Some are decent, some are very good. And the number one juice on this list, a university study showed it reduced memory errors by up to 23%. 23%. That's the difference between forgetting where you parked and walking straight to your car without thinking. And the strangest part? This juice works best while you sleep. It helps your body repair your brain and eyes during the exact overnight window most people waste every single night. But I need to be honest with you. Some of these juices are overhyped. One of them shows up in every health video on the internet. And the actual science? Decent, but not transformational. I'll tell you which one. And the juices at the top of this list will make everything below look like a warm-up act. So let's get into the rankings. Pay close attention because the juices at the bottom of this list barely move the needle. Juice number 4. Carrot juice. Every health video on the planet tells you to drink carrot juice for your eyes. It's the most repeated nutrition fact in existence. And look, there's a reason. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A. Vitamin A keeps the light-sensing cells in your retina healthy. Specifically, the ones that help you see in dim light. Without enough of it, those cells start breaking down. Night blindness, dry, scratchy eyes, that burning feeling after 5 minutes of reading. That part is real, but the actual impact on reversing vision problems? modest. Researchers studying beta-carotene-rich juice found it improved visual recall by about 13% over 8 weeks. 13%. That's not reversing anything. That's slowing the slide. Think of it like putting a single sandbag in front of a rising river. Not useless, but not saving your house. And here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They drink carrot juice on its own. Just carrots and water. But your body can only absorb beta-carotene when there's fat in your stomach at the same time. Without fat, up to 70% of the good stuff passes right through you. Unabsorbed. Wasted. You're swallowing, thinking you're helping your eyes and getting almost nothing. The fix is simple. Stir a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil into the finished juice. Or drink it with breakfast alongside some avocado or a few nuts. That single change can triple your absorption. So here's how to make it. Take 3 medium carrots, peel them, juice them. Throw in a small piece of fresh ginger. Squeeze in half a lemon. And stir 1 teaspoon of olive oil into the glass. Drink it in the morning with your breakfast. Now, one warning. Don't drink coffee or tea within 2 hours afterward. The tannins block your body from absorbing the nutrients. You might as well pour the juice down the drain. Did you know that in cultures where people traditionally cook carrots in oil, like in India and the Middle East, they absorb dramatically more vitamin A from the same amount of carrot? It's not the carrot that's different. It's the preparation. And most of us in the West have been preparing it wrong our entire lives. The whole serving costs less than a cup of coffee. No side effects. No drug interactions for most people. Within the first week, most people notice their eyes feel less dry by afternoon. Within 2 weeks, night vision may start improving. Fewer halos around headlights. Less difficulty adjusting when you walk from a bright room into a dim one. Small shifts. But real, carrot juice is a floor, not a ceiling. Score 6 out of 10. Protective. Familiar. But not transformational. The juices higher on this list make carrots look like a warm-up act. Now, juice number 3. The Green Vision Juice. Spinach, hemp seeds, and lemon. Nobody talks about this combination. And it honestly baffles me because the science here is significantly stronger than anything carrots can offer. Let's start with the eyes. Spinach has 20 times more of the protective pigments your eyes need than carrots do. These pigments, called lutein and zeaxanthin, sit directly in the center of your retina. They act like built-in sunglasses, filtering out harmful light and shielding the area responsible for everything you care about. Reading. Recognizing faces. Seeing fine detail. Driving. As you age, these pigments thin out. That's when colors start looking washed out, fine print gets harder to read, and street signs take an extra second to come into focus. Spinach helps rebuild that protective layer. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that people with higher levels of these pigments could process visual information faster and see with more contrast and clarity. In plain English, they saw better and their brain understood what they were seeing quicker. But spinach does something for your brain that most people have never heard of. It's loaded with folate, a B vitamin that acts like a cleanup crew for a harmful substance called homocysteine. Now, Think of homocysteine like rust slowly forming on the wiring inside your brain. In small amounts, it's normal. But after 60, most people have too much of it because their diet doesn't provide enough folate to keep it in check. When it builds up, it damages the connections your memory depends on. Researchers published a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showing that when older adults restored their folate levels through diet, their memory and attention scores actually improved. Not just stabilized, improved. Now, here's the ingredient that changes everything: hemp seeds. And before you raise an eyebrow, let me be clear. Hemp seeds have absolutely nothing to do with marijuana. Zero. No THC. They're sold in every grocery store right next to the flax and chia seeds. Completely legal. Completely safe. Your grandmother could buy them at Walmart. So why hemp seeds? Your retina is made of delicate nerve tissue that needs a very specific balance of fatty acids to stay healthy. When that balance is off, inflammation builds up, the tissue weakens, and your vision slowly deteriorates. Hemp seeds naturally deliver that balance better than any other seed on the planet. A study in the European Journal of Nutrition found that people eating hemp seeds daily showed a 32% reduction in eye inflammation markers after just 6 weeks. 32%. And it's fast. People report less dryness and sharper morning vision within 10 to 14 days. That gritty, sandy feeling in your eyes fades. The redness eases. You stop rubbing your eyes every 20 minutes. Did you know hemp seeds contain every single amino acid your body needs to repair damaged eye tissue? Most people over 60 aren't getting enough of these building blocks. Not because protein is hard to find, but because the specific type your retinal tissue needs is rare in the processed foods most of us eat every day. Here's the recipe. Grab a large handful of raw spinach. Add half a cucumber and 1 green apple. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon. Then throw 1 tablespoon of shelled hemp seeds into the blender with everything else. Use a blender for this one, not a juicer, so the seeds get fully mixed in. You'll get a thick, smooth green drink that delivers everything your eyes and brain need in a single glass. Drink it mid-morning, around 10 or 11, when your stomach isn't too full or too empty. One caution. If you have a history of kidney stones, keep this to 3 or 4 times a week. And if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor before adding hemp seeds. The whole serving costs less than a bottle of water from a gas station. The hemp seeds last weeks for about the price of a bag of chips. Within the first week, many people notice less eye strain during reading or screen time. That heavy, tired feeling behind the eyes starts lifting. By week 2, morning dryness often improves. By week 4, contrast sharpens up. Colors look a little richer. Fine print gets a little easier. Quiet, steady repairs happening behind the scenes. The kind of progress that gives you confidence. Your eyes are getting stronger, not weaker. Score 7.5 out of 10. Real eye repair. Real brain protection. Fast acting. This is the first juice on this list that actually starts rebuilding what time has taken away. All right, juice number 2. Beet juice. This deep red, earthy drink is criminally underrated. And the reason it ranks this high comes down to a problem nobody sees. Most people think about memory loss and blurry vision as brain problems or eye problems. They're not. They're blood flow problems. Your brain and your eyes are the two most oxygen-hungry organs in your body. They depend on a constant, strong flow of blood to work. But after 55, your blood vessels slowly start to stiffen and narrow. Less blood gets through. Less oxygen reaches your brain. Less oxygen reaches your retina. It's like a garden hose that's been kinked. Water still trickles out, but not enough to keep the garden alive. That's where beets come in. When you drink beet juice, natural compounds in the beets tell your blood vessels to relax and open wider. More blood flows through. More oxygen reaches your brain and eyes. And it happens fast. Within 30 minutes of drinking, your vessels start to open up. Researchers found that beet juice increased blood flow to the brain by nearly 20%. Not to the whole body. Specifically to the brain areas responsible for attention, decision-making, and short-term memory. 20%. That's like removing a kink from the hose. Suddenly, everything downstream comes back to life. But here's what most videos miss entirely. This effect doesn't stop when you go to sleep. A study published in Hypertension Research found that the compounds in beet juice helped keep blood vessels relaxed and flexible through the overnight hours. And that matters more than you might think. Because your brain does its heaviest repair work while you sleep. It cleans out waste. It strengthens memories. Your retina regenerates damaged cells. But all of that requires oxygen-rich blood. If your vessels are stiff and tight at 2 a.m., your brain is trying to do construction work with the supply trucks stuck in traffic. Beet juice helps keep those supply routes open all night long. So here's how to prepare it. Take 1 medium raw beet, peel it, slice it, and juice it with a small apple or half an orange to soften that earthy taste. Drink it in the early afternoon between 2 and 4 p.m. when most people hit that natural dip in energy. And if you can, take a short walk right after, even 10 minutes. The beet juice opens the vessels. The walking pushes the blood through. Together, they flood your brain and eyes with fresh oxygen. Now, one thing to expect. Beet juice will turn your urine and stool reddish pink for a day or so. Don't panic. That's completely harmless. It's just the natural color passing through. It actually tells you the juice was absorbed properly. Did you know that a single glass of fresh beet juice delivers more of the vessel-relaxing compounds than spinach and celery combined? And it costs less than a pack of gum. Compare that to the circulation supplements they sell at the pharmacy that run $30, $40, $50 a bottle. Your body absorbs the real thing from whole food faster and more completely than anything that comes in a capsule. Now, if you're on blood pressure medication, talk to your doctor before adding daily beet juice. It genuinely lowers blood pressure, which is a good thing, but needs monitoring if you're already medicated. Within 3 days of consistent use, many people report warmer hands and feet. That constant coldness starts to fade. Within 1 week, that heavy, sluggish feeling in the afternoon starts lifting. Your thinking clears up between 2 and 5 p.m. instead of collapsing. Within 2 weeks, your eyes may feel less tired by evening. You can read longer without strain. And within 4 weeks, you may notice you're waking up clearer. That morning, fog lifts faster. Your first thoughts of the day come quicker and sharper. This is what proper circulation feels like. And you probably haven't felt it in years. Score 8.5 out of 10. Fast acting. Powerful. Addresses the blood flow problem that none of the other juices touch. The only reason this isn't number one? It doesn't directly rebuild your brain cells or improve your sleep. The juice at the top of this list does both. And here it is. Juice number 1. Tart cherry juice. Not sweet cherries. Not cherry-flavored drinks. Specifically, Montmorency tart cherry juice. And I need to be direct with you. The science behind this one is the strongest published evidence for any single food improving memory in older adults. Nothing else on this list comes close. Researchers at the University of Delaware ran a controlled study with 34 healthy adults between ages 65 and 80. Half drank tart cherry juice every day for 12 weeks. Half got a placebo. Same routine. Same schedule. 12 weeks later, the tart cherry group reduced errors on memory tasks by up to 23%. They got better at processing visual information. And they improved at connecting pieces of information together, like linking a name to a face or a number to an account. 23% fewer memory errors. Let that sit for a moment. That's not a subtle improvement buried in a lab chart. That's the difference between losing your train of thought mid-sentence and finishing it cleanly. Between calling your daughter to ask her something and forgetting what it was by the time she picks up, and actually remembering why you called. Between needing someone to drive you to the store and going on your own. 23% is independence. So what makes tart cherry juice this powerful? It does something no other juice can do. It protects your brain, and it helps you sleep deeply enough for that protection to actually work. Here's what I mean. Tart cherries are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, even more than blueberries have. And these antioxidants do something remarkable. They travel through your bloodstream, cross into your brain, and settle directly in the area responsible for memory. Once there, they calm the inflammation and clean up the damage that accumulates every single day. Think of it like sending a repair crew directly into the room that needs fixing, instead of just cleaning the hallway outside. The protection happens where it matters most. But here's the part that really puts this juice at number 1. Tart cherries are one of the only foods in nature that contain real melatonin. Not the synthetic kind they sell in bottles at the drugstore, where the dose is often 10 to 20 times higher than what your body naturally makes. That's why those pills leave you groggy in the morning. Tart cherry juice delivers melatonin the way nature intended. In small, gentle amounts, your body knows exactly what to do with. And why does that matter so much? Because deep sleep is when your brain actually does its repair work. It flushes out waste. It locks in the day's memories. Your retina regenerates the cells worn down by light. Without deep quality sleep, none of this happens properly. After 60, most people don't reach those deep sleep stages as often or for as long. Tart cherry juice helps nudge your body back into that deeper rest. Not like a sleeping pill that knocks you out. More like a gentle dimmer switch that slowly brings your body down into real restorative sleep. So what you're getting in a single glass is protection for your brain's memory center, deeper sleep, so those repairs can actually happen. And on top of that, the same kind of blood pressure support that beet juice provides, but through a completely different pathway. If you're drinking both, they don't compete. They work together. Two different mechanisms, both keeping your brain and eyes fed with oxygen while you rest. But there's a critical mistake that will ruin everything. And most people make it without knowing. Store-bought tart cherry juice is almost always loaded with added sugar. Some brands pack 25 grams per serving. That's like pouring gasoline on the fire you're trying to put out. That sugar spike before bed wrecks your sleep quality. Your body spends the night dealing with glucose instead of repairing your brain. You must get 100% pure, no sugar-added tart cherry concentrate. Read the label. If the ingredients list has more than one item, put it back on the shelf. Here's how to take it. Mix 1 tablespoon of concentrate into about 6 to 8 ounces of water. Drink it 90 minutes before bed. Fair warning, it's tart. Really tart. If you need to take the edge off, a few drops of liquid stevia works. But never add sugar. That defeats the entire purpose. Did you know that most synthetic melatonin supplements deliver doses far higher than your body was designed to handle? That's why they often cause morning grogginess and sometimes make you feel worse than before. Tart cherry juice gives your body melatonin at the level nature intended. Gentle, effective, and no hangover the next morning. Within the first 3 days, most people notice they're falling asleep faster. That restless tossing period shortens. Within 1 week, you may start waking up fewer times during the night. Within 2 weeks, that morning film over your eyes starts to thin. You open your eyes, and things come into focus quicker. By week 4, the memory improvements become real. Sharper recall. Fewer of those word-finding pauses. You catch yourself remembering things you would have forgotten a month ago. A name at a family dinner. Where you left your keys. What you wanted to say before you got interrupted. Small things. But they add up into something that changes how you feel about your own mind. And that changes everything about how you move through your day. A bottle of tart cherry concentrate lasts about 3 weeks. The whole bottle costs about the same as 2 or 3 fancy coffees. Per night, you're spending less than a stick of chewing gum. One caution: tart cherry juice can interact with sleep medications and certain blood thinners. If you're on any prescription sleep aid, melatonin supplement, or blood thinner, check with your doctor before starting. Score 9.5 out of 10. The strongest evidence. The deepest repair mechanism. Targets the overnight window directly. No other juice comes close. This is the one to start with tonight. So now you know all 4 juices and exactly where they rank. Let me show you how to put them together, and don't worry, it's simpler than it sounds. You don't need all 4 every day. Just pick 2 and rotate. In the morning, with breakfast, have your carrot juice with olive oil. That feeds your retina the vitamin A it needs for the day ahead. Then, mid-morning, around 10 or 11, blend up your green vision juice with spinach, hemp seeds, and lemon. That rebuilds your macular pigment and calms eye inflammation. In the early afternoon, between 2 and 4, Pour yourself a glass of beet juice. That opens up blood flow to your brain and eyes right when your energy dips. And then, in the evening, about 90 minutes before bed, drink your tart cherry juice. That protects your brain, delivers natural melatonin, and turns on the overnight repair window. A simple way to rotate. Monday through Wednesday, do carrot juice in the morning and tart cherry at night. Thursday through Saturday, do beet juice in the afternoon and green vision mid-morning. That's it. What matters isn't doing everything perfectly. It's showing up consistently. Every glass is a deposit. And deposits compound. Now, a few important mistakes to avoid. Don't use bottled juice from the store. Pasteurization destroys much of the good stuff. Use fresh produce and make it at home. Don't add sugar to any of these. If you need sweetness, throw in half a green apple or a few drops of stevia. And don't expect overnight miracles. Eye comfort can improve within days, but real repair in your brain and retina takes 30 to 90 days. Be patient. Trust the process. And if you're on any medication, whether it's blood pressure pills, blood thinners, sleep aids, anything at all, talk to your doctor before starting. These are real active compounds. They make real changes in your body. That's what makes them work. And that's why they deserve respect. For decades, you've been told that fading vision and memory loss are just part of getting older. That stronger glasses every year is inevitable. That forgetting names is normal. That's not the full truth. It's preventable. In many cases, it's reversible. But you have to give your body the raw materials it needs. Your grandparents ate beets from the garden. They ate fresh, whole foods loaded with the exact compounds your eyes and brain are starving for right now. We eat packaged, processed meals stripped of these nutrients, and then wonder why our vision fades and our memory slips. You're not broken. Your diet is broken. Fix the diet. Fix the eyes. Fix the memory. Here's my challenge to you. Commit to tart cherry juice every evening and carrot juice every morning for 30 days. Just 30 days. Write down your 3 worst vision complaints and your 3 worst memory frustrations today. Rate each one on a scale of 1 to 10. Do it again at day 15. Do it again at day 30. Compare those numbers. You'll barely recognize your own list. This works. The science is real. The results are real. But you have to actually do it. Your eyes won't fix themselves. Your memory won't sharpen on its own. These juices are your tools. Start tomorrow morning. 3 carrots, some ginger, half a lemon, a teaspoon of olive oil. And tomorrow night, 1 tablespoon of tart cherry concentrate in water, 90 minutes before bed. Your eyes will thank you. Your memory will thank you. Your independence will thank you. If this video helped you, please like it and share it with someone you care about. Subscribe so you don't miss more natural health guidance like this. And tell me in the comments, which juice are you going to start with? Your answer might help someone else take their first step. Every small choice still matters. And this one starts with what you pour into your glass. And one last thing, everything in this video is for educational purposes. It's not medical advice. If you're on medication or managing a health condition, always check with your doctor before making changes. That's just common sense. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.